Hello everyone, I am Dr.V.Srividhya. The subject which I am going to discuss is entrepreneurship development. In entrepreneurship development, Unit 4 is preparing the business plan. Under that, the subtopic is social aspect of the business plan, which we are going to discuss in detail in this video. So, social aspects of business plan. What all will be covered under the social aspects of business plan is should shape the character of a company in the minds of people and community. It should include the following aspects. What does it mean? Which means to say that when you're taking into consideration the social aspects of business plan, it should be prepared, the plan should be prepared in such a way that it should create a good image in the minds of the people and community. When we speak about social aspects, who all are covered in that? Society at large and the general public, community, all this is nothing but social aspects of business plan. So, while discussing or while taking into consideration the social aspects of business plan, we should see to that all these factors are taken into consideration. First is maintenance of the quality of product or service to the customer based on the needs. Uh, the company is manufacturing the product, right? For whom it is manufacturing? For the customers. Who are the customers? They are the people in the society. So, the company should see to that they manufacture such a type of product that it should be qualitative, and they also, if at all they are service oriented, they have to provide service to the customer based on the needs. So, the quality is very important. Price whatever may it be, like if the company is putting high price, maybe as I told you that may be because of the brand image of the company. Suppose they have adding some products, addition to the products, they are making some addition to the products who are already in the market, well occupied in the market. There are certain companies, they keep on adding the products because we all know, like if we are stagnant with one or two products, that company cannot survive in the market for a longer period, because now the needs of the customers are varying day to day, and it is not like just sticking on to the one product will be satisfied, that will give the satisfaction to the customers. No, not at all, because the customers needs are changing day to day. There are many, excuse me, there are many examples. If we want to discuss, we can discuss regarding the changing needs of the customers. Previously, just why previously, a year back, or maybe 2 years back, or just few months back, do you think that all were using laptops? Many were using mobiles. Yes, mobiles, of course, they were using. For what purpose? Just for using WhatsApp, Facebook, and all other things, which is not a necessity, they were using it. But now, student community are using this laptop and mobile to such an extent, like almost all the courses, all the subjects they are learning only through this online classes. So for online classes, what all is required? Latest technology is required. Even in the phone also, Android phone is required. So the needs, actually it is not only the comfort or luxury of an individual or a person in the society. Now it has become a necessity because of this COVID-19, and as almost all the classes are conducted online. Without all this gadget, it is not possible for the students to attend the class. So their needs are changing. So what the company should do is they also have to adopt to the changes and requirements of the customers. So they should provide the product, quality product to the customers which they are in need, and not some A or B product which is of no use to them. The product which has to be manufactured should match the requirement of the customer. Then fixation of reasonable and fair prices for customers. Because it is in demand, because the customers are in need, the price fixation should not be high. When I discussed in the video marketing aspects of business plan, and in that when I discuss about pricing concept, I have stated in that also that fixation of price is a challenging task for the company, because the price should be very reasonable and fair, wherein the customers will be able to afford and pay and utilize that product. So even this has to be taken into consideration as a social aspect, because the customers are the people in the society for wherein the company has to serve them the product by providing at a reasonable price, not at a high price, which is not advisable. Then a fair return on capital to the shareholders. Shareholders or stakeholders are the persons who have invested in the business. So it is the social responsibility of the business to see to that they give a fair return to the shareholders, because relying upon the company, having good faith on the company, the shareholders have invested, they are also the members of the society. So what do they expect? They expect a fair return, which in turn has to be provided by the company, and healthy working conditions and pay worker to the fair work, pay to the workers, which means to say that the employees who all are working in the organization, it is the social responsibility of the business to see to that they provide healthy working condition. Why? Because only when the working conditions is good, people over there will be able to put in more of their efforts, and they'll be able to enjoy the work, and job satisfaction will be there. When all these activities are taken care of the company, naturally they are providing good requirement for the workers, and they are serving the society. By serving the employees, they are also serving the society. When it comes to wages or payment, that also should be reasonable and fair. They should not take undue advantage. Suppose if the person or if the employees are in need of job, they recruit, and as they are not able to get job anywhere else, and moreover that maybe that company or that business is situated in and around that people where they are staying, they come and seek job here. So, because they are staying somewhere nearby, the company or business should not take undue advantage and pay them less. What is reasonable? What other companies are paying? They can pay par with that. It's not necessary they should pay more. At least it should be equal to other industry over there. Then fulfillment of moral obligation towards the government. At the outset, after seeing into all this, like society, employees, all that is fine. But ultimately, what all obligation is has to be made to the government, that also has to be done without fail. What moral obligations is there towards the government, that has to be done by the company without fail, because each and every company has to pay taxes to the government and has to obtain license from the government. All these formalities and payment should be made by the company. Make business a asset to the local community and nation. This I can give you one good example. Toyota is situated in Biddi. This Toyota company, all of them are aware, is a Japanese oriented company, wherein they see to that they take care of the local community over there. This in turn leads to the development of the nation. See, they are developing in that particular locality, which means to say it is not that they only should develop. They see to that they develop in and around that locality also, and they are doing it. The Toyota company are developing in and around Biddi. Like, it is not like they are developing the commercial places or commercial areas. They see to that they develop where it is where some any requirement or necessity is required in that particular locality, in particular area. If some drinking water facility is not there, they have implemented a project over there regarding the water facilities. Now people are enjoying with the drinking water. Like that, many service they are doing to that particular community. So this is also a social obligation of the business. It can also be called as corporate social responsibility. Each business have their own corporate social responsibility towards the community. Then creating jobs to maintain employment and income, thus raising standard of living of workers and society. So when business is started in a particular place, they naturally create employment. When create employment means there is a requirement of employment, not creating, it is requirement. So when the requirement is there, they recruit employees or persons for that particular job. So when they are recruiting that particular persons or employees in the job, they do pay them by way of salary. So here they are providing income to them. Thus, when the income is provided to that particular person or group of person, their standard of living also increases, and standard of living of workers increases, and in turn, like many of them are being recruited in that society. Naturally, the standard of living and the status of that society also increases. Optimum utilization of resources. So resources is abundant in India, but that doesn't mean they should utilize it as easily as they want and all. It should be used to the optimum utilization. You utilize it properly and utilize to the optimum extent. What are the resources? Same like manpower, land, capital, all these are the resources which has to be utilized optimally. Then conservation and better use of resources. See which are the resources you can conserve, you have to conserve, and what are the resources are available. Naturally, those resources has to be put to better use. Minimization of evils of monopolistic and restrictive trade practices. So what is this monopolistic and restrictive? Actually, they have brought one act regarding that. So all of them will be aware of MRTP Act. That means it is like concentration of power in particular areas. Few people join together, they try to monopolize that particular product or particular area. This should not be there, as the government is considered as against the law. So they have framed MRTP Act also, they have framed. In addition to that, it is the moral obligation of each business to see to that they don't enter into this MRTP, monopolistic restricted trade. They have to follow the rules and regulations and act as per the rules framed in this MRTP Act. So these are the things which has to be taken into consideration when it comes to the social aspect of the business plan. Because the company is going to survive in that particular area, and it will survive in this society only when all the needs of the society are being fulfilled. So utmost care has to be taken to the customers and also to the society. Then only they can come up or develop the business not only in that particular area, they can enhance it to the adjacent neighboring areas also. So once a company becomes famous, it becomes word of mouth by the customers. So each and every business and company should take utmost care regarding the social aspect of business plan, as the customers and the society are the persons who are going to give them business. Only when they are satisfied, when the satisfaction of the customers and the society is there, then the business will be developed and developed to a very great extent. So this aspect of business plan also has to be given importance, as this is the indicator of the development of the company. Thank you all for listening to the video. I hope you would have got an idea regarding the social aspect of business plan. Thank you all.